So you've just been diagnosed with ADHD. Or maybe you've suspected that you've had it, and then somehow you finally get confirmation that your brain is, yes, basically a chaotic browser with 47 tabs open, and there's music coming from somewhere. And then you start seeing stuff about autism. There's people describing your experiences, the same sensory stuff, the same burnout, the same I thought I was just weird moments. And now you're wondering, do I have autism? Or am I just really vibing with people on the internet? ADHD and autism have different clinical definitions. They're different criteria according to the DSM. And when you actually live with one or both, they can feel really similar, especially in late diagnosed adults who've spent years masking. Let's start with the suspiciously similar stuff. These two neurotypes share a lot of traits. Number 1, sensory sensitivity. Bright lights, scratchy tags, loud crowds, no thank you. ADHD and autistic people can experience sensory sensitivity or be what's called sensory seekers, meaning some of us want loud music or squishy toys or spicy snacks to feel grounded. It's basically our way of regulating our nervous system. And then there's executive dysfunction. If you've ever struggled to do a basic task like wash the dishes or send a text, even if you really, really want to do it, you can't. And that's not laziness, that's executive dysfunction. It's common in both neurotypes, both ADHD and autism, and it feels like your brain is refusing to press go. Emotional intensity. ADHD emotions are fast and furious. Autism emotions can be deep and delayed, but both can lead to overwhelm, shutdowns, or saying stuff that you didn't mean because your feelings are hijacked by your mouth. And then there's the burnout and masking. Masking is when you try to perform normal, like mimicking body language or suppressing your stimming or forcing eye contact. It's basically what we do to fit in, and both groups do this. Here's where things start to diverge. ADHD and autism are not the same. They just have overlapping traits. All right, so let's get specific. Stimulation versus predictability. ADHD brains crave novelty. They crave new ideas, new tasks, shiny distractions, whereas autistic brains, they tend to seek predictability, routines, and structure. So someone with ADHD might thrive in chaos, whereas people with autism might need routine to stay regulated. And then we have social style. ADHD folks might overshare, interrupt, talk over people, not to be rude, but because the thought might escape us if we don't say that thing right now. Whereas people on the autism spectrum might avoid eye contact. They might struggle with sarcasm. They might find small talk physically painful. And although both social styles are so different, neither one is wrong. They're just different operating systems. Switching tasks versus starting tasks. ADHD people often struggle to start things. We overthink, we procrastinate, and then we do it all in 2 hours in a panic sprint. Whereas autistic people might struggle to stop or shift gears. If you're deep in a task and someone changes the plan last minute, cue meltdown. And finally, stimming. Same action, but different purpose. Both neurotypes stim, like tapping, fidgeting, humming, but why can vary. ADHD stimming often comes from boredom or excess energy. In autistic people, it's usually self-soothing or emotional regulation. So if you're listening to this going, shit, that's me, and that, it might be what's lovingly known as AuDHD. That's ADHD and autism together. And let me tell you, being both can be incredibly confusing, and AuDHD folks often slip through the cracks, especially if you were socialized to be good, to people please, to mask, to fit in, to just try harder. And a lot of women and non-binary people and people of color are diagnosed way later because we don't match the textbook stereotypes. At the end of the day, it's not about trying to put yourself in a box. It's not about chasing labels or following trends. It's about understanding your wiring. When you understand how your brain works, whether it's ADHD or autism or both, you'll stop blaming yourself for struggling and you start to build a life that fits you. Because it's not about fixing your brain, it's about unmasking. It's about relearning who you were before the world told you to perform. And maybe, just maybe, it's about finding peace with the parts of you that never made sense to you before. And if this hit home, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.